Yeah, I had a short time in the closet. They didn't even leave a bitch in there long. You know what I mean? I didn't even smell like mothballs when I came out.
The parties, the people, the girls, the boys. The topics, the cities, the books, the toys. The models, the muscles, the health, the pride. The stories, the fashion, the gaze, the life. Our hotness, our blackness, stand in the light.
Welcome to Pillow Talk. I'm Lionel Williams, and in bed with me today is a lady that is very dear. Yes, I said a lady. Very dear to my heart. This woman always puts a smile on my face when she's not like just making my gut hurt from laughing. Her name is Tammy, Peay, and if you have not heard of her...
Does anybody know what time they're supposed to depart? No, you listen, motherfucker. No, because everybody partying and drunk, and then when you miss your flight, you'll be sitting on the island that you can't speak the language, with nowhere to sleep, thinking people done your ass wrong. Because these people are nice to you because your stay is paid for. Well, honey, when the coins run out, they gonna get very, very on your ass. You gonna be trying to whip out that passport. They gonna be like, ¿qué, marico? No dinero, no casa, bitch.
Baby, welcome to Pillow Talk.
Thank you for having me,
I just love you so much because it's always such a pleasure to be around. Now they have seen you in one or two videos because you were in the Inferno videos. I had a couple of clips of you from last year, and then the Harlem Pride. Yeah. When you were saying ain't a surgeon in the world in Beverly Hills that can do that or something. Because people were always commenting like, who was that crazy lady? When did you first realize you were funny?
As a kid, people like, my friends would like pay me 50 cents to make them laugh. And so it became a thing where that was my little business.
An entrepreneur from the jump, right?
Yeah, that's my little business. Yeah, and like my family, everybody in my family is comical.
When you're prepping for a show, do you actually write out the material? What's your process?
Wherever I am, I might watch the news. I might read a newspaper. Just glance through it to get some topics and things of that nature. In a straight comedy show, hosting a show is different from a comedy show. Hosting a show, usually I'm killing time until somebody gets their makeup on. I'm killing time until somebody late arrives. But a comedy show is more planned and plotted and thought out. And that's something you've never seen me do. Contestant number 1!
She do butt tricks. That bitch got butt tricks. I marry a bitch with butt tricks.
Now, what about coming to terms with your sexuality? Was that funny?
No, I was rebuked. Yeah, it wasn't funny, but I had a lot of support from my dad during that time and my brother, and I made it. Okay. You know what I mean? I made it. I didn't let it break me, but you know, I was a church girl. Oh. So being a church girl, it's not easy to come out. So, you know, I was drug out of the closet, kicking and screaming. It's not like I had it coming out. I was drug out. So it was just what it was. And I just, you know, leaned with it and rocked with it. I couldn't do anything about it. But I'm still here.
Someone like exposed you or something?
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, she was bitter.
She was a little bitter at the end.
So where was her funeral?
You know, I wanted to kill her, but I didn't. And we're friends now. But
really?
Yeah, it was a lot going on where the relationship, neither one of us knew what we were really doing. We were just experimenting on each other. But it was what it was, and at the end when I didn't want to be bothered anymore, she wasn't ready for it to be over. So she went to my house and explained our relationship to my mother and all her prayer partners on Thanksgiving. So that was just like, you know, so it's like when it came out at home with my family, the church people, everybody knew at the same time. So I just caught hell all the way around.
Where are you now, like in your spiritual walk? Are you religious still, part of the church?
I have a church home. I have a wonderful, supportive pastor who's known me all my life. He knows who I am. He respects who I am. And he lives for my realness, you know, because I'll call him for prayer. And I tell him, I said, you know, pray for me in the situation I'm calling you about. Don't worry about me with the sex thing or the gay thing, because I got that on lock. So, you know, it's all other things I need you to pray for: prosperity, well-being, health, wellness, spiritual guidance, things of that nature. But I'm comfortable with being who I am. And it's not like it's a hard work. You know, I get up, I'm gay. I go to bed, I'm gay. You know, and I've mastered this little gay thing. I've taken the reins on this shit. I'm riding it out. I don't have any regrets. You know, I never look at a man and go, wow, I miss them. No, I don't. As friends, all my friends are men. But, you know, they're gay too, most of them. So.
Have you ever had a relationship, a romantic or sexual relationship with a man?
Sure. Okay. You know, it was awful, but yeah, I have. You know, no, it's not. You know what? Men were always very nice to me, though. They were always very nice to me, but I wasn't nice to men. And I knew that there was something there because I could never be that good girlfriend. I could never be nice to them. I was always a little harder on them. And I realized that, you know, I couldn't go to heaven anyway because I was just, you know, treating people bad and shit. So I knew I wasn't going to heaven that way. So, you know, I might as well figure it out. But it's so funny because even in my ex-boyfriends, two of my ex-boyfriends, they're my very best friends. But they knew, you know, because I would tell them, I think I'm gay. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I really think so. I'm going to explore this and tell you how it goes. You know, I really knew that there was something more going on than just, you know, I can't get along with men. Because I only got along with gay men.
See, but I think it's easier for women to be gay or bisexual. That's a little more accepted than it is for men.
Men have to deal with the whole, especially black men. If a white guy is gay, it's cool because, you know, it's trendy, it's fashionable. They don't have to worry about the West Indians and the Southern people in the church persecuting them. You know, people just want their beauty tips and they treat them very well. But when it's a black man, you're supposed to be strong. And sometimes people, they sometimes like just generalize it. If a man is soft, or gay, he's soft or he's weak or he's not fit to lead. And I find that to be just crazy because all the gay men I know are movers and shakers. It's hard on black men. I feel bad for them. I really do. I feel bad for a lot of black gay men because they're just persecuted. It's like, especially if you're West Indian, honey, hang it up. Hang it up. They're going to rebuke you and serve curry at your funeral. They just do each other dirty, honey. And it's like the churches as well. It's very hard for a black gay man in church. Unless you're not leading, you could direct a choir and be gay. Right. That's the whole rule with the black gay church. You can direct the choir, you make her play a little organ. But after that, you sit your gay ass down. We don't want to hear too much from you. Don't even get in here testifying. I was telling some guys yesterday, white boys get together and they build wealth. They get together and they build these wonderful lives, and we see them on HGTV and we hate them. And we're like, how do you guys do this? But with black gay men, I don't know if it's the closeted thing because of what they're scared of what's going to happen, because you lose your kids, you lose your family, you lose your job. I mean, everything you stand to lose. Right. You know, so that's the reason I told my friend, I said, closets are for clothes. I'll never live in a closet. If I were a black gay man, I know that coming out wouldn't be an option for me, especially with what I do. Because who's going to hire a black gay male comedian, really? Not very many people. You know? So that's why I love the boys, though.
We love you, too, baby.
I love the boys. The boys, I live for you guys. You guys are just... And you keep doing it. Nobody stops. Nobody stops. You don't see the quitting. You see men like Will Williams. You see men like Lawrence Pinckney, James Saunders, you yourself. It's like so many black men that are so powerful in this community and could bring an event together like this. You know? Could bring an event together like this because it's all quality people here. I don't know if anybody noticed. Yeah. There's some six-figure niggas up in here. It's some real, yes. It's husband shopping time. I was telling my friend, the women, beautiful professional women, beautiful professional men, and it's like those are the events that I'm targeting now. I don't, because some people are like, oh, you only do certain things, you only do certain things. You have to pick, choose, and refuse in everything in your life. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I'm tired of the chicken wing affairs. No, I'm not doing those anymore because I'm being honest with you. I want to make my circle smaller, but still have a good quality of people, because that's what's going to make the impact.
You're teaching me right now, because in my effort to reach out to the community too, I'm learning that lesson that you can't save everybody.
Somebody got to wash and park my car.
People try you, right? So ooh, did you hear that? Somebody has to wash and park
my car.
It's the truth.
Hallelujah. Somebody got to wash and park my car. So every event event that I targeted this year, because I listened to The Secret, I had it playing in my car, I was just going to envision everything. So I took a calendar, I looked through, I found every big gay event that I wanted this year. And God is good, I got every last one of them. And it's so funny because my candor sometimes hinders me. You know, because some people are like, oh no, that crazy bitch is coming. They don't know I'm not crazy in my real life, you know, except at home with my kid. I want to see everybody have a boyfriend. I don't know why. I just want to see all the black guys coupled up and have, you know, fab houses and invite a bitch over. Yeah, because I'm a wonderful house guest. Because, you know, somebody going to cook, somebody, gonna, you know, the house going to be clean. But I want to see the guys get together and have some meaningful relationships.
You were trying to put me on the spot last night.
Because why is he single? If he was a lesbian, honey, I would have him taking care of somebody else's kids, honey. He would be trapped off. The girls would not let him be single for long.
Okay.
Think about it. Could you see single as a lesbian? No. No, the quality girls, they snatch off the market.
I don't reconsider that.
Yes. You're looking at him as this business thing. You just look like, you know, a dessert, honey. He's just fierce. Why is he single? People aren't approaching him. I don't know what it is. I don't think they approach him or they're intimidated by him. But he's the nicest little country guy.
He is nice.
Core, sweet in the core. Just a
and
sweet
I ain't
person.
scared.
Don't be scared. Walk over there and get him on pillow talk and then let the cameras and close the door. Grab him and drag him around the bed a little bit.
Food for thought.
Yes.
I like that. You mentioned your kids earlier. I mean, obviously they know mommy is a lesbian, or do they not? I mean, or is sexuality a part of your household as far as discussions and?
My biological son, he knows who I am. He respects who I am. I also I do a lot of work with homeless teens in New York City and in the Pennsylvania area, and I've taken two teenage girls, both gay, one very confused about it, but nonetheless she's gay, into my home. And those are my girls, those are my daughters as well. And I don't discuss that with them, because if they're going to be gay, this is not an easy walk. I don't want you to stand on my shoulders because I'm gay and feel that my mother's gay so I can be gay. I want you to be gay all on your own and figure this out for yourself. You know what I mean? But I don't discuss it with them. But I know they see that no men come to my house and I'm always having female company. So they probably said, you know, mom's dyke.
So why did you choose to bring these two girls into your home?
Because
are you one of the people that pick up a stray dog? Oh, look at the cute little dog, and then you got.
You know what? My dog is a rescue. It's true. But my girls, if you meet them, they're people will consider them bad, you know, because of the situations or the behaviors that they exhibited. But what I see in them is a promising future. I see that they're capable of doing things. They're both on the honor roll. I'm not going to lie, they'll cuss a teacher's ass out in a minute and I have to go apologize and make right and try to fix things because this is where they come from. But by not bump and knock, they're learning. By bump and knock, every day they learn something. And like I told my friend, I'm not the easiest person to have as a parent, and they're not the easiest children to have as children. So the relationship works. You know, they mess up, I tell their ass off, and we work it out.
If you have a partner, I don't know, how would you incorporate that into, because that, you know what I'm saying, because that would shift the balance maybe in your home.
You know what, anybody who loves me is going to have to love everything that comes along with me, and that means my 7-year-old Maltese that feels that she can pee in your shoe. Whatever comes in my house, I'm serious, whatever's with me, that's part of what, you know, my life, and it's a package. So you have to accept all facets of this package. You can't pick and choose which pieces you like. And my girls aren't easy, but they're my girls.
Right.
You know, and they're very loving, and it's so funny because they've mistreated everybody around them. They, you know, children, they're angry, they act out, but they've learned that I'm angry too, and I will act out. So we have this great dynamic where it works. Like I have a girlfriend, and my girlfriend, she's cool with my kids. She's cool with them. She knows, she doesn't push limits. She knows her place. You know, if something happens, she'll tell me, girl, go talk to your kids. She knows, because I always tell people I'm hands-on. I deal with my shit. You don't park your car. You do what you got to do. Take care of your shit. I'll take care of my kids, and I'll make sure everything is okay with my kids. But if there's an overflow or some shit happens, because with kids it happens.
Right.
You know, and especially kids that you haven't raised and nurtured from birth. You know, there are things that we need to work out. There are kinks in the matrix. You know, the matrix is kind of fucked up in my house right now. They were black gay girls. I couldn't leave them in the street.
Right. Oof. Oof, so powerful.
I couldn't leave them in the street, and I couldn't leave them because in Pennsylvania, the chances of a black child being placed is like slim to none.
Yeah, you're right.
And then a black gay girl who looks like a boy, no one's bringing you home to be a playmate with your daughter. You know, so
right.
I had to do what I had to do, but like I said, even in that, I've always wanted a daughter, and I ended up with 3 sons. I don't understand.
Thank you, baby. Step right into the back. Oh, no, it wasn't loud enough. Don't make it look like it's me. Don't do that. It's enough motherfuckers that hate me. I don't need y'all help. No, I just didn't believe there were a couple. He didn't know how to ride that ass like he used to. He was riding the ass like it was something new. No, I'm serious. I done rode a few asses in my day. They've been together 12 years.
Tamara was doing it.
Y'all been together 12 days. No, I want you guys to experience, because it's a different level of love. I want you black men to start finding a lover and building wealth like the white guys on HGTV. As I told you, y'all need to get on your A game. As I told you, we had a long conversation. I want you fellas to find love and respect each other and find somebody who gives you a higher concept of yourself. Okay? So next year, bring your credit reports so we can get you guys hooked up.
WT parties, the people, the girls, the boys. The topics, the cities, the